why this company short him 12, 13 million shares, whatever it was, and then the other company he was invested in, that they shorted them 32 million shares. What was that all about? And then they corrected it the day after he got, the attempted assassination.
Yeah, that sounds highly suspicious.
Right, and being that it's stocks, I almost bet my bottom dollar this smells like Nancy Pelosi rotten eggs all over the place.
Yeah, they gave him an insider tip. Hey, they probably didn't tell him what was going to happen, but they probably said, do yourself a big favor and do some trading on those Truth Social shares before the day is over.
Well, they actually held them. They shorted the stock to give that was to be given to Trump. That's the thing, is they shorted the stock, and they kept 12 million shares, and then the other one was 32 million shares. That's a hell of a lot. And I think they said it added up to around $5 billion. So they were planning on keeping that damn money is what it was. So I think they did know. And then, again, they may not have known it was going to be that, but they probably said Donald Trump's finished and we're going to put him in jail or something. I don't know what they told him. But either way, there was definitely something going on with this insider trading stuff, and I'd be looking at Nancy Pelosi.
Hey, John, what do you make of that opera song that Trump, he had them play that right at the closing of the RNC, the Nassan Dorma, which has a reference to a part of a movie about the deep state, taking out the deep state?
Yeah, I've heard about that. I didn't look further into it, but I did hear about that song.
Yeah, there's a story about that particular song. The scene in the movie at the end was basically, I want to keep my words proper here, but let's just say they did away with the certain individuals in the part of that movie at the end, that was referencing the deep state. So, what an interesting song selection to close out the RNC convention. And for QNC.
KC2QNA.
KB3,
KB4, WQQ.
W4, DOM.
Hey, that sounded good, Jeff.
Thank you. Yeah, I messed around with another little setting here, but besides that, it seems to be okay now. It seems to be running clean, and only thing I'd like to do is go back and reset that. You know how you reset the waterfall and everything to them different numbers, so I got to mess with that a little bit. Besides that, I think I got it pretty close. I appreciate it. What's that here?
Yeah, you just hit 30 over, too.
Hey, Jeff, do you use reverb or
that's
echo?
pretty decent now.
News headline: Hillary Clinton floated as the mightiest of all Biden replacements.
Yeah, in her dreams. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Hillary's a multi-loser. She loses multiple times. She's still a loser. No, I was asking Jeff, do you use reverb or echo?
I use Hall in the X there.
Okay, but there's no echo on, right? No, digital, no delay or echo effect?
There's a little bit on the X there still on that I didn't turn back all the way. Is that what you're hearing?
Sometimes when I hear it, it sounds like, you remember the old IHY box, the W2 IHY that has that echo effect on it? Sometimes I hear that, and it's like it reminds me of that IHY box. I don't know what it is.
Right. Now, see there, I took it all the way off now. You shouldn't hear it at all.
Only reason why I mention that is, although echo is kind of a cool effect, it's the worst thing you could possibly do for your articulation, because now every time you say an S or a T or any word, it doubles. So it's like it makes it harder to understand what someone's saying. Not that you had that much on. I'm not I'm not saying you had that much effect on. I'm just making the point. Anything that makes it harder to understand is definitely not in your favor. However, reverb, if used sparingly, that actually can give you a little more, presence.
Right. Yeah, that's what I am. I'm running a Hall, but it's a reverb in the Hall.
right. Well, sounds good now.
Here's another stupid headline. Thomas Matthew Crook's cause of death was a gunshot wound to the head. His manner of death was ruled a homicide.
Ooh, the guy
they have to put that, I guess.
What was that, John?
They ruled the shooter's death as a homicide?
Yeah, Art just said they may have to put that on there, I guess, because he was shot. I don't know. It just seems like wrong for the shooter to have to see that. You know, the guy that took him out. How about manner of death was terrorist dead?
Well, I mean, you know, the Secret Service, the sniper, whatever, has to do their job, and basically, you know, it's it's a homicide, but he won't be charged, of course. But that's how, you know, he has to put it down, check that box of how he died.
Yeah, here's another interesting little tidbit. I don't see there's something wrong here. The 20-year-old was pronounced dead in Butler County, where he fired 5 rounds at a Trump rally July 13th. I counted 7, and then the return fire.
Yeah, how do they know exactly how many rounds and whose rounds they were? That hasn't been finalized yet. They haven't did any ballistics reports yet.
Well, this is the Crook's, let's see, an official cause, the official cause and manner of death has been, of Thomas was, he died of a gunshot wound to the head, and the coroner's office told Fox News Digital his manner of death was ruled a homicide. The 20-year-old was pronounced dead in Butler County, where he fired 5 rounds at a Trump rally July 13th and nicked the former president's ear before he was neutralized 26 seconds later.
Yeah, it's that ending part that you're reading that kind of throws me off. Like, okay, the coroner's report says, you know, it seems like it stays on track in the beginning, talking about, you know, okay, he was, killed by the snipers, but they're coming to this conclusion that how many rounds he fired, and none of that's been officially determined yet. Now, his job as a coroner is to determine what happened to that guy's body. His job is not to report on how many shots were fired at a rally, so that almost seems a little outside the scope of what that coroner should be talking about.
Yeah, I guess it looks like the coroner's saying that, but I think they get this from the police or a police report or something, maybe from the coroner. Yeah, I counted 7 rounds, and all the videos I've seen that draw lines from the bullets showed 7. So where they get saying 5? Where the other 2 shots come from? Or I should say, where did they go?
I think the 2 guys up on top of the roof again, the big, the tall building behind Trump, I think he probably hit 1 shot and then had to take the kill shot, right? Remember when he bounced back and then he tried to get everything set up again? He might have triggered into 2 shots. So 5 from the sniper, 5 from the shooter, and 2 from the sniper.
Well, the things I saw where they were drawing trajectory lines, it was 7 from the shooter, and then 2 from the sniper. So, I don't think it was 2 from the same sniper either. I think it was 1 and then the other one. I'm not sure though, but I remember the 7 lines being drawn from the shooter. And other people are saying that they think that 2 shots may have came from the water tower, but it's not likely because the bleachers were there. You know what I mean?
That water tower theory is unreal, yeah. There is some image. There's somebody up there and then disappears. They have it, it's blurry. It's hard to see it. But that angle doesn't make sense. At that high and that angle, Trump would have been dead. It would have been right in the back of the head. There's no way a shot came from that tower and then someone in the crowd would have got killed in front of Trump, right? If he missed. But if it was a good shot, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Trump would be dead.
Right.
Keep this in mind, guys. Now, water towers are pretty high profile.